What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, I've got some packs, terrible packs, but I've got some packs. So we're going to open these as we go into The Road to Glory. First of all guys, thank you for being here. If you could drop a thumbs up, that would be awesome. The RTGs generally get between like 2.5 and 4k likes. So if we can smash 5k for today, that would be amazing. This is obviously the penultimate video of the year. We're doing well in FUT Champs. You're about to see some FUT Champs gameplay. I'm going to do it like I did the last couple of weekends, where I go live at the start but don't really show how I'm getting on in FUT Champs as to not ruin the gameplay, but just to show and talk about the account a little bit. And all I want to do at the start of this video is literally just open these packs. I actually built one La Liga Premium Players pack that I'm going to save for Team of the Year. Just one. Why not, right? Just one. So we've got some silver reward packs, which we got from completing daily and weekly objectives, which is pretty decent. Obviously, we don't expect anything out of these silver reward packs, but any players that will go into the club and be sellable or anything, like this guy actually, straight off the bat, maybe he's got some value. I mean, like maybe 600 coins here. We'll list him up for 700, and hey, we'll take a free contract too. And then the Chapecoense badge. Remember last year, the Chapecoense accident when everyone got gifted the badges and such? That was pretty awesome. Did that silver pack just show up, or was that always there? We'll open the next silver reward pack anyway, guys. So 2 silver reward packs, and like normally I don't even show these, but I want to show everything. You know, it's lazy of me to just open these and not show them. We get a Greek League player. Does he have some value? Wow. Maybe 700 coins for him too. There was one 650 there, but that was at the 50th minute, so I'll list him up 700. And then if he doesn't sell on the first occasion, we'll relist him for 600 and see if he can sell there. Another silver reward pack. I just want one, like, give me one of those like 40k silvers, man. We get another Eredivisie player. Was that the same guys we just packed? 1.3k, 1k, another like 700-800 coin player. So these packs, hey man, it all adds up, right? Like, we've made about 2,500 coins just from getting the reward packs, which isn't like groundbreaking amounts of coins for sure, but it's better than nothing. We've also got a couple of loan packs again from doing daily objectives and weekly objectives. I think actually the weekly objectives here, they're untradeable. And I don't mind these. I know these are for the new people on the game. I know at Christmas a lot of new people get the game. Like for people that have had this game since day one, or even for like the last 2 weeks or more, these loan packs are pretty terrible for you because they don't mean anything. You've already got way better players. But for people that have just got the game, picking up, say, an 88 Ibrahimovic might be crazy good. And what's funny about that Ibra is that I did a draft to glory, which is already on the main channel, which obviously we do draft on this channel. And I got a loan pack in a pack when for finishing the draft. And in that loan pack, I'll show you guys in a second, we managed to pack Paul Pogba. So I've got a loan Pogba and a loan Ibra, which is pretty hilarious. Two big loan Man United players. A couple of decent players here again. Is this what? Oh, this pack's untradeable. Hey, well, we'll keep hold of these then. Oh, look at that. A free pack in the pack as well. That is fantastic because this will be a tradable pack. We literally just got a tradable silver pack as a reward from an untradeable silver pack that was a reward. How about that? That is fantastic. Let's see what we can do with what we get out of here. Oh, a squad fitness card. That's nice. Again, these daily objectives, man, and weekly objectives, like, we're not making groundbreaking sorts of money off of them, but every little helps when it's free. You know, we probably generated about 6,000 to 8,000 coins worth of, like, content out of that. We've got a 2 players pack. I believe this is untradeable. This again was for completing one of the weekly objectives, I think. We get no board, and sadly for us, our shiny player is going to be silver, not gold. This is untradeable, so we just get to send those 2 dudes to the pack. And then from the FUTmas SBC from last night, this is the reward for that, a prime mixed players pack. I've seen people get icons in this, so I wouldn't mind something decent for myself. It's no board. We are going to get some shiny golds. A Gabriel Jesus or a Rashford or something would be nice. We're going to get, what's his name? Brandt? Is it Brandt that we're going to get? I think so. So again, some... Ooh. Zinchenko's not bad. He'll be worth a fair bit for next weekend's DKT. That guy's not really worth all that much. A fullback that's shiny from the Mexican League could have some good value. Again, a few thousand. Oh, wow, 550. Maybe not. I'll hold on to him. I'll hold on to all of them for the time being. We'll send the 2 gold players up to the trade pile and discard the rest. And I just want to show you real quick I just want to show you real quick the club and some transfers because some stuff has sold. I'm still in the mix of selling and like deciding whether or not I want to sell everything. We'll get to that a little bit later through this video because obviously we talked about it in the last episode and we're going to talk about it more through this episode, your guys' opinions and what we should do and such. But here you can see we've got a lone Ibra and a lone Pogba, which is just hilarious. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the intro. I'm going to go into some gameplay now, so I will be right back. Okay, guys, into the gameplay we go. Lots of games today, lots of goals, and fortunately some wins, because we lost our first game, obviously, in the live video yesterday. Very disappointed in myself, man. Those are the games, I know I was doing it live, that's no real excuse, but those are the games where I'm like, this is the difference between me and people that are better than me. You know, a game with which I was winning, with which I was comfortable in winning, just lapses of concentration, a few bad passes, a few, you know, a few unforced errors, and before you know it, I lose to a late goal to a guy who I smashed. But that's neither here nor there. Comments from yesterday, guys. The first one is from Unbreakable Wit. He says, sell everything. Investing this year doesn't make coins like last year. You should learn how to buy and flip. And just the general idea from everybody was just sell everything and then go again. You know, and yeah, I'm probably going to take some big losses. I'm probably going to take some losses and lose anywhere from, I would guess, 50 to 150,000 coins on the investments that I've made. Mostly from those Julianos. But on those ones, I might actually just hang on to them because it's out of competition, their league right now. You know what I mean? Like the Turkish league is not even playing games. So I think in terms of the Path to Glory players, it might be worth holding on to them until their respective leagues come back, because that will just see their price increase naturally just because. So I might hold on those. But in terms of like the icons, even then I think about the icons, man. Oh man, I don't even know why I asked you guys, because I'm still torn. Even with the icons, yeah, I could sell them and get about back what I paid for them, maybe less a little tax. But when the big icons do come, and they will come, they have to come, when they do come, we're going to be looking at huge bumps, in my opinion, in the price of icons. So, for example, when that R9 comes, or when that Maradona or Pele comes, or when that Ruud Gullit comes, or that Ronaldinho comes, people are going to be going for them, man. And those icons are eventually going to go back up in price. So I might, I don't know what I want to do, guys. I don't know what I want to. This was supposed to be the week where I was like, hey, let me go and buy like a big Messi, you know, the 95 Messi, and go from there. But I don't know, man. I want to change my team up for next weekend league, however. But yeah, in the meantime, I just don't know where we're at or where we're going. In terms of learning how to flip, from what Unbreakable Wit says, that's very true. And I have done to a degree. In fact, at the start of this video, you saw those Girouds. I bought, I think, 5 Girouds from 1,200 to 1,400 a couple days ago, expecting the Bergkamp and Vieira SBCs and thinking he might be useful. And he wasn't. But I listed them up for 1,800 to 2,000 and they all sold, even though there were much cheaper Girouds there. It's just lazy buyers. They need a French Arsenal player, or a French player, or an Arsenal player, or an 82 rated striker, or a Premier League player. And people generally don't mind paying some hundreds of coins more, and at times 1,000 or so coins more. So I used that to my advantage, and I bought those Girouds and I sold them. And one of the weekly objectives this week was to buy three attackers for 1,500 coins or more. So I literally went and bought 3 more Girouds and then listed them at 1,500 coins each and listed them at 1,800 coins each, and they all sold again. And now we are not talking about big coins here. We are talking about little coins. I think I made about 600 coins after tax on those Girouds. But it was super easy. And one thing that I want to do that I haven't done this year, that I wanted to do last year and that I haven't put the time into doing, which I really wish I did, is learning how much the market fluctuates on certain players over the course of a general day. Because during the night, there are less people playing, and player prices literally just do this throughout like a 24-hour period. And if I can find some players that fluctuate by more than 6%, I can have a consistent income from just literally just rotating player prices throughout the day. You know, when I wake up in the morning buying 50 of said player for 2,000 coins, because I know in the evening I'll be able to sell 50 of said player for 2,500 coins. And okay, again, that's going to be 125,000 coins. You know, it'll be 100,000 coins to buy and 125,000 coins to sell, and then after tax, it'll only be like, I don't know, maybe 115,000 coins back, so 15,000 coins profit. But it would be easy profit, and it's about learning those players, who they are, how they work, and having the time to go out and learn how to buy and flip, and that is definitely something I want to do. I just have to take the time out to do it. I really do have to take the time out to do it. And in terms of trading, before I go on to the next message, there was another comment from Odin's Battalion. It had a lot of responses that I didn't actually read, but I just read the comment, and it just sparked an interesting thought for me personally. He says, Nep, as someone who thinks of themselves as a fairly competent trader, I find it annoying that so many people have begun investing in this installment of FIFA, leading to mass panic selling as we have seen upon Icon release. It was never like this before, and I feel the fact that some bigger YouTubers have mentioned and started talking about trading has hugely increased its popularity, which has a knock-on negative impact on the market. What's your opinion on the matter? And I gather people just kind of going at him because he replied with an edit and said, the thing I'm annoyed about is how these new traders are doing it badly and panicking. They have no patience, leading to panic selling, etc. I'm not annoyed that they're actually doing it. And I don't understand what your problem is. You've spotted an error in the market and you're complaining that it's happening rather than taking advantage of it. If people panic selling is something that causes a market to change so drastically, use that to your advantage. We all could. Like, now that we've seen the panic selling for these prime icons, next time that there's something that's going to come, people are going to panic sell again, prices are going to go lower than normal, that will be the time to buy. I don't understand why you're angry that these people that are investing or panic selling or mass dumping are causing an edge in the market, and you're angry that you're upset, you're frustrated, you're annoyed that people are giving you an edge. They're giving you coins, they're giving you an opportunity to make coins, and you're annoyed at that. I don't know why that's a problem. What's my opinion in general on people getting into trading and stuff? I like it. I like the fact that more and more people are trying to get into trading. I've been trying to get into trading myself for some years, and sometimes I do well and sometimes I don't. You know, that there are really good methods of trading. It comes down to basically efficiency. And for example, you could efficiently make 20,000 coins an hour by just bin sniping. For example, you could go and get, say, a Manalas, who currently sells for, like, just for argument's sake, because I don't know his actual price, but for argument's sake, he sells at 5,000. So you would lose 250 coins tax on every single Manalas. So you could quite easily set the parameters to 4,500 max bin. Just snipe for a whole hour. Every single time you buy one, at worst case scenario, you'll make 250 coins. And then if you get one at like 4,000 coins or you know, 3,500 coins, you're going to end up making a couple of thousand coins potentially per Manalas. And if you did that for an hour, I'm pretty certain you'd probably end up coming up with about 20 to 30 Manalasses. You know, one every 2 minutes or one every 3 minutes is not too much to ask in this game. And that's an efficient way to make coins per hour. It's boring, it's tedious, but when we look at what squad battles was and why I stopped squad battles because it's not an efficient way to play this game. Division 1 is not an efficient way to play this game. FUT Champs, if you can get high, is not only is it a relatively efficient way because you make a lot of coins, but it's also competitive, it's fun, you get to use your team. But there's a lot of scope for a lot of trading methods, a lot of easy trading methods, and I personally want to get involved in that a little bit more. I just have to take the time out to do it. FC Rowley, 255k subs for you, bro. Congratulations, well done on the success on YouTube. Says, hi Nepo, loving the series. He says something about a potential World Cup feature around 1859. This is already confirmed since one of the Dutch commentators said during a TV show that he was busy recording material for a World Cup edition that is going to be released shortly before the World Cup. Don't know if it'll be separate game mode or if it'll be integrated into FUT though. And that's actually kind of what I meant, FC Rowley. I already knew that it was confirmed because Brazilian commentators had already leaked it. Like before FIFA 18 was even out, they was recording commentary for the FIFA 18 World Cup game mode. But as you say, we're unsure at this point as to whether it's going to be a different game mode altogether, whether it'll be integrated into FUT, or whether like last time around 4 years ago, where it's integrated into FUT, but it's also a different game mode. You know, like you went into the World Cup mode, You could use your coins and it still counted to your record, but you couldn't use your players, and every time you open a pack there, you got a 5k pack back in the regular FUT. So we don't know how it's going to be in the game, but you're right, we do know that it's going to be in the game, and I'm super excited. HHJFWAW said, "Hi Nep, I did Rio for 700k, then your opportunity cost BS comes in." And immediately he just kind of like puts a negative tone to the message by speaking like that. It's unnecessary, dude. If you've got a point to make, a comment to say, you don't have to be a dick about it to make your point. But before we get into the whole of your comment, I'm going to read through it all together, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit by a little bit. He says, "I have to disagree with opportunity cost. The only thing high-rated red cards cost me is time playing champs. It's a one-year cycle of this game. I look at your team with lack of icons and would never be scared whilst you have millions invested. I'm getting 35 plus wins in champs and making just as much money and making my team better and having coins left over to invest in short-term investments. Opportunity cost is dependent on the user. I saw Rio SBC as perfect time to use reds. The opportunity was great for me to do it cheap, and I'll do it again. By the end of the year, we'll get reset teams and have to start again. So live a little and use the best tools possible. Rio statistically is top 3 right now. Hope this gets read out because it took the piss to write. Good luck with your method anyway." So I just want to read to you the definition of what opportunity cost is. It is defined as the loss of other alternatives when one alternative is chosen. So when you choose to use a red card in that Rio Ferdinand, you now lose the opportunity of using that in a different SBC. That is what opportunity cost is. And then how you break that down going forwards is, let's say you use an 88 rated red card in the Rio Ferdinand SBC. The next time you need an 88 rated card for an SBC and you go to the market and you purchase that, the cost of using that red card is the value of what you paid for that next red card. The only time there is no opportunity cost in a FIFA sense by using untradables, and I mean only untradables, is when you will never intend to do any other SBC. But because by your words you're happy to do a prime icon SBCs, there is an opportunity cost, and that's a fact. You literally can't deny that. And you said I have to disagree with opportunity cost. You don't get to disagree with opportunity cost. It's not something you can agree or disagree with. It is just something that is there. As I say, in a FIFA sense, the only time opportunity cost is not taken into consideration is if that is the last time you will ever do an SBC, so you'll never have to go and buy another card. I take into consideration what you say with it's good to use, we only get a 1 year cycle, so get what you can now and then go forwards. But what I think you're missing, the purpose of a lot of things that are happening here is your Rio Ferdinand is top 3 statistically right now. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think a lot of players are on his level and way cheaper. For example, Ramos and Boateng, just straight there. And on top of that, you can buy Rio Ferdinand for, even if you said you did him for 700k, you can buy him for 1.3 million. You will never ever get that 700,000 coins back, nor will you get those red cards that you used back. They are gone forever. So the cost of those, the value of those as a purchasable item is gone forever. So even if we take just your 700,000 coins into consideration that cost you to do Rio Ferdinand, you are now stuck with a player that you either get to use or get to not use, because you can't do anything else with him unless you use him in another Prime Icon SBC, which I think would just be ridiculous. But for 700,000 coins, you've got a player that you can never do anything else with. If you bought the tradable one for 1.3 million and then sold him when a better player, a better defender comes around, be it Team of the Year Ramos or a Team of the Season card or a special SBC or a Prime Icon Maldini, you might lose like around 65, 70,000 coins on tax, but you will get back 1.2 plus million. And so all you will lose is a maximum of, say, 100,000 coins. And even that is a little bit too much. I don't think that's the case. I don't think you lose that much. So you now have 700,000 coins just gone forever. All those untradeable reds just gone forever. And you could have bought him, used him until you didn't need him anymore, and then sold him. And that's my point with the Prime Icons, because the value of the Prime Icons isn't very much higher than the ability to craft them. So as I say, you've fallen into EA's trap. And it doesn't matter if you're getting 35 wins in FUT Champs and you're making even more coins and so on and so forth, because ultimately you're dumping coins, and when it comes to Team of the Year and stuff, you're going to be sitting there, and this is my opinion and totally, but when it comes to Team of the Year, you'll be sitting there thinking, man, I wish I had those 700,000 coins back from that Rio Ferdinand, because I don't want to use them anymore. I want to try out these Team of the Year players now, and it just creates a situation that I got stuck in last year, where no matter how good the player is, and you know, obviously the prime icon Ferdinand is a solid defender in this game. I'm not saying he's terrible. He's very, very quick. He's got perfect defending, good physicals, so on and so forth. But you're stuck with him now, unless you want to just leave a 700,000 coin untradeable card on your bench or in your reserves. You're stuck with using him, and I fell into that trap last year. I got stuck using players every single week because they were untradeable and I couldn't do anything with them. So you also said I saw Rio SBC as a perfect time to use reds. And yeah, and that is where it's your prerogative. If you think, hey, I want to use these reds now so I can get a cool card now, that's fine. But because you're getting 35 plus wins a week in FUT Champs, you've got enough coins to buy the prime icons without crafting them and save those red cards for something better or not. I don't know. I just remember last year during Team of the Season, there was good opportunity to use those red cards, and that's what I'm going to wait around for. I'm going to use my red cards when they're for efficient, effective cards, not for inefficient cards that have tradable alternatives for only a fraction more expensive than what they're currently going for. So that's my opinion. But in terms of what you said, in terms of you don't agree with opportunity cost, you don't get to disagree with opportunity cost. It is a factual thing that exists in FIFA and in the real world. You can't just disagree with it. It's impossible to do so. Mark Knight said sell everything. Again, I think everyone's under the impression to sell everything. And I do have, I'm running out of time here, but one of the things that crosses my mind is that I sit here and I said earlier, oh, if I sell everything now, I might lose 100 to 200,000 coins. So maybe I should keep it and wait till it gets its price back and then I'll sell it on, because and for the Path to Glory players, I am pretty confident that they will rise back up once their respective leagues start playing football again. But I do wonder how much money I'm missing out on by not having coins in the bank to flip, and I wonder if I would make more coins by flipping cards because I've got more coins from selling everything for a loss than if I hold on. So that's a decision that I'm going to have to make. Although I asked the question and you guys give a pretty solid answer, I'm still unsure as to whether or not I want to sell or whether or not I want to hold. So there's that. Sausage Roll says, hey Nepo, I feel you're being a bit of a hypocrite with doing Promes, as you said you would not do any of the League SBCs and have talked about opportunity cost. I hope you regard this as helpful criticism if you choose to address this. And then he gives your typical sorry for my bad English commenting from New Zealand. I did say at the start of the game I wasn't going to do the League SBCs because I didn't think they represented value for money, but my opinion is allowed to change based on the scope of the game changing. We had this problem a lot last year where people would say, you said this and then you did this. Well, that's because like on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis and on a month-to-month basis, this game changes dramatically. The value of something, the cost of something, how efficient it is to produce, it changes so dramatically that when the game first came out and that Quincy Promes SBC was there, he was mad expensive. He was, according to Footbin, 213,000. December the 1st, 220,000. December the 15th, 230,000. And that's not value for money because you get 20k pack and some packs back, and that's just, as I say, not value for money. For some reason, on December the 17th, his price crashed and he went from costing 230,000 all the way down to costing 120,000. So his price literally halved. Now that player in itself, that Quincy Promes card in itself, is a very, very good card. So for 120,000 coins initially, it's a good card. His 84 rate card is not as good, obviously, but it's a solid card for that value. The reason why I decided to do it is because I already had a lot of the cards in my club, and you get 22,500 coins back for it, and you get lots of packs back for it, to the point where even though you're right with regards to what you say of opportunity cost, instead of completing him, I could have sold all the players and got coins back for it. I actually think I made, well, because I made profit, like I would have lost out on maybe a little bit of opportunity cost, but I actually did it for a profit. So yes, I could have made more money by selling the items and then not having the Promes, but what I got was a fun card whilst making coins and got to open some packs in the process. I think that's a win right now. And again, because his price is so low, I think that's a win. But there are instances where players' prices are too high where I don't think that's a win. And looking at the leagues right now, I was also looking at Ricardo Quaresma, So his cost right now is, according to Footbin, 140,000 coins, which is reasonable. You get 25,000 coins back straight off the back. So all you have to do is make over 100,000 coins from all the packs, and you've made your money back. Is that possible? Probably not. It's not the greatest in terms of the packs that you get back. But even him right now, as I say, he's down to 140,000, and a couple of days ago he was 130,000. But throughout the course of the year, he's been no cheaper than 200,000, and he even at his highest point, December the 16th, was 270,000 coins to complete. So at that point, I would say it's just not worth it. For 270,000 coins, you're almost good enough to go and buy a Gareth Bale. But for 100,000 coins or so, then given what you get back, at that point, I think, well, obviously the opportunity cost is a maximum of 140,000 coins, because if you sold every player that you had, that's how much it costs at its cheapest price. So I think it's a reasonable alternative to doing so. The Gignac is 120k on PlayStation. The Casillas is 120k on PlayStation. The Younes is 110, but that's a terrible card. I wouldn't recommend that. The Moore, too expensive at 180,000 coins. It's tough to fit into teams, and it's just not a desirable card. The Cavani, 260k, too expensive. I mean, I know he's 90 rated, but again, just too expensive. And the Al Sommer, in my opinion, is a very reasonable card, and I think I'm going to do him because, first of all, according to Footbin right now, he costs 75,000 coins to complete on PlayStation, and you get 20,000 coins just for completing him. So that takes it down to 55,000 coins to complete. Off the back of that, you get a small Prime Electrum Players Pack, a small Rare Silver Players Pack, a Rare Bronze Players Pack, a Gold Pack, a small Prime Electrum Players Pack, a Gold Pack, a small Prime Electrum Players Pack, a Premium Silver Players Pack, a Jumbo Silver Pack, a Jumbo Premium Silver Pack, a Small Mixed Players Pack, a Small Mixed Players Pack, and a Jumbo Silver Pack. All of those packs, you only need to get 50,000 coins back to have not lost out. And so for me personally, I think this will again be one that I will do just because it represents value for money. I don't necessarily think I'll use that Al Sommer much like I will with Promes, but definitely it'll be nice because I can do it for a profit. Why not do it? Well, who's it going to hurt? It's going to hurt no one. Whilst he's this cheap, and in terms of Al Sommer, again going at the prices, December 16th he was 190,000 coins, and generally speaking, it was 110 to 130,000 coins on PlayStation to complete that Al Sommer, and some days it goes as low as 65,000 coins to complete. That's crazy, crazy cheap for a League SBC that offers so much back in return. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. I've rambled on far, far too long. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we can have some intelligent and non-aggressive discussions about these topics in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys can respect that. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. I'm out. Peace.